Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Anuta, the Crochet World, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel, like, share and comment on my videos. And today we're going to do this beautiful pattern for this little bunny, and this is an amigurumi method for a bunny, and it's a little one, nice one, cute one. And this is a keychain, so I've made a loop as well in here, so you can use this one as a keychain. If you don't want to use this as a keychain, you can simply skip this loop and it's gonna be all right, and it looks like this. Now for this particular project, I have used my 100% cotton yarn, and this is the yarn I've used. Now this one is Drops For You print classic 8x4 cotton, and this one is 100% cotton yarn, and the shade is it's been written as cream and cookie. So this one is double shaded yarn. The shade name is cream and cookie. I don't know why it's not been written on this one, but when I ordered it, it's been clearly mentioned that the shade name is cream and cookie, and the shade is 3-8. So you can always go for this color 3-8 and it's gonna be the same color. Now here I've used my 2.5 mm of the hook. Here I've used this double shaded yarn so that it gives a nice look to my bunny. But if you don't want this double shaded yarn, you can always use a single shade. You can always use a light color, you can use a white color, you can use an off-white color or a cream color for your this bunny. So you can use any of the color you like, any light shade you like. So it's not necessary to use only this yarn. I've been using this because it looks nice to me, so I've just used this one, but it's totally up to you. You can use any colored yarn. Make sure that it's 100% cotton yarn, and make sure that you're going to use 2.5 mm of the hook. So let's begin. So here it is. Take your yarn and just make a magic circle. Now for the magic circle, just put your yarn around your fingers like this and make an X here, and put your yarn at the back and just have your this hook and insert your hook in this way. Now grab your second strand of yarn through your first strand of yarn like this and turn your hook in this way, and that's it. This is your magic circle. Now here I'm gonna have a chain one. Now this chain one is not a stitch. I'm not going to count this chain one as a stitch. I've just made this chain one to secure my this magic circle. Now into this magic circle for our round number 1, I'm going to have 6 single crochets. So insert your hook into this magic circle, grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet, 2 single crochet, 3 single crochet, 4, 5 and 6. Here it is. We have our 6 single crochet. Pull your this loose end a little tight. You're going to have your 6 single crochets here for your round number 1, and I'm going to attach my this first round by inserting my hook into this first single crochet, and here just do it like this, and here yarn over and grab your yarn through your first stitch, and you're going to have 2 loops on your hook. Now yarn over and pull your yarn through both the loops, and this is your first single crochet of your round number 2. Now to remember that this is your first stitch of your round number 2, just have your this stitch marker. Just put your stitch marker here. And now for our round number 2, we're going to have 2 single crochets into each stitch from the previous round. So here I've made my this first single crochet. I will again insert my hook into my this first stitch and will grab the yarn for one more time and will make a second single crochet here. Again I will go to this second stitch and insert my hook into my this second stitch and will grab the yarn and will have 2 single crochets here. So this is my first single crochet, and I'm gonna have 1 more single crochet into that same stitch. Again into the next one, have 2 single crochets into that same stitch, 1 and 2, and now keep on having 2 single crochets into each stitch, and by the end you're going to have your 12 single crochet for your round number 2. And here it is. We got our this last stitch, and we have our 12 single crochets for this round number 2. And now we are here. We're gonna pull over this yarn a little tight. We can do it now, or you want it, you can do it later on. It's completely all right. So just pull your this yarn a little tight so that your circle will be tight enough. And here we are. We are on this first stitch of our round number 2. So take out this stitch marker, insert your hook into this first stitch of your round number 2, and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet. And this is your first single crochet of your round number 3. Remember, we are working on a spiral way here, so we are not making any slip stitches and not starting up our every new round with chain 1. Instead, we are starting our every single round with our 1 single crochet. So here it is. We got our this first stitch, first single crochet of our round number 3. Now go to the next stitch, and into this next stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, go to this next stitch and have 1 single crochet, and into a next stitch have 2 single crochets. So it's 1 and 2. Into the next one have 1 single crochet, and into the next one have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. And now keep on repeating this pattern. So 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets, 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets, and by the end you're gonna have your 18 single crochets, 1 8, and I'm gonna meet you at the end. And here it is. After my round number 3, my work looks like this. And now I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make 1 single crochet here. And this is my first single crochet of my round number 4. And for my round number 4, first 2 stitches I'm going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So this is our first single crochet. Go to this next stitch, insert your hook into this next stitch, grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet. So first 2 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into this third stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, next 2 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1 and 1, and into this third stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. And now keep on repeating this pattern. So again, next 2 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into a third stitch have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So it's 1 and 2. And now keep on repeating this pattern, and by the end of this round, round number 4, you're going to have your 24 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. I've got my 24 single crochets for my round number 4, and now I'm going to take out my this stitch marker. And now for my round number 5, I'm going to insert my hook into my this first stitch, and we'll grab the yarn and we'll have 1 single crochet here. I'm going to put my this stitch marker back on. So this is my first stitch of my round number 5, and here first 8 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet on each stitch. So here it is. We got over this first stitch, go to the next stitch and have 1 single crochet, into the next one have 1 single crochet. So here first 8 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. It's 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 8. And now for the 9th stitch, the next stitch, we're going to make a popcorn stitch here. So for that popcorn stitch, yarn over and insert your hook into this 9th stitch, and grab your yarn and make a double crochet here. So yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 2 loops. Again, yarn over and insert your hook into that same stitch, grab your yarn and have second double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into that same stitch and have third double crochet, yarn over and insert your hook into that same stitch and grab your yarn and have your 4th double crochet and yarn over, insert your hook again into that same stitch and have your 5th double crochet. So have 5 double crochets into that 1 stitch, into this 9th stitch of your round number 5. Now leave your yarn, take out your hook and go to this first double crochet. So this is your first double crochet. Go to this first double crochet and grab your this yarn, this loop from the back through your this first stitch, and this is your popcorn stitch. That's going to be like this. Now I'm going to make a chain 1 here and go to this next stitch. So this is your next stitch. This is your stitch number 10. So here first 8 stitches we have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into your 9th stitch you're having your popcorn stitch, and into this 10th stitch insert your hook and have 1 single crochet, And here, next 6 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So this is our first stitch. That's going to be our second single crochet. 3, 4, 5, and 6. So in total, we have our 15 single crochets here. And now, into this 16th stitch, after your 6 single crochets in here, into the 16th stitch, we are again going to make 1 popcorn stitch. So yarn over and insert your hook into that same stitch, grab your yarn and have 5 double crochets here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Leave your hook and go to this first double crochet, insert your hook and grab your yarn from the back like this, and it's going to look like this. Again, we're going to make a chain 1 here, and next 8 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So just have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I will meet you at the end here. And here it is. After my round number 5, my work looks like this. And now for the round number 6, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So for that one, just have first 8 single crochets. So insert your hook into this first stitch, grab a yarn and have 1 single crochet here. Put your the stitch marker back on and keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch for the first 8 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now for your 9th stitch, just go up into this double crochet. So you can find your this middle single crochet. This is probably your 3rd single crochet. Just insert your hook into this single crochet like this and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet. Now we are here. So this is your 10th single crochet. So just go to this 10th single crochet here and have 6 single crochets in here. So it's 1, 6. Again, we are here on this popcorn stitch. So go to this 3rd double crochet like this and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet. Basically on top of this popcorn stitch, you're going to need 1 single crochet. And now we are here. So have another 8 single crochets into this remaining 8 single crochets. So 1 single crochet into each stitch on top of this remaining 8 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 6. And here it is. After my round number 6, it looks like this. Now for the round number 7, we're going to have 1 single crochet on each stitch. So just keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 7. Sorry, do not forget to put your stitch marker. So this is my 2nd stitch. Keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch, and by the end of this round number 7, you're going to have your 24 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. After my round number 7, my work looks like this. Now for the round number 8, take out the stitch marker and insert your hook into this first stitch, grab your yarn and have your first single crochet. Put your stitch marker back on. And here for the first 7 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. We got over this first stitch. Go to your next stitch and have your 1 single crochet here. This is your 3rd, 7. So first 7 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and into this 8th stitch, this one, your 8th stitch, we're going to have 1 popcorn stitch. So here again, yarn over and insert your hook into this 1 stitch, 8th stitch, and have 5 double crochet into that 1 stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So here we got our 5 double crochets. Leave your this yarn and go to your first double crochet, insert your hook into this first double crochet and grab your yarn from the back and pull it through, and that's it. Now chain 1, and now next 9 stitches we are going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. Have your 1 single crochet. It's 1, 8, and 9. So here it is. and into this 10th stitch have one popcorn stitch. So for that, yarn over, insert your hook into that 10th stitch and have one double crochet and have 5 double crochets here into that one stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Leave your hook and go to this first double crochet, insert your hook and grab your yarn from the back and pull it through and chain 1. And now for this remaining 6 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. And here it is. It looks like this. And now I'm going to take out my this stitch marker. And now we are going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for our this round number 9. So insert your hook into this first stitch, grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet here. Put your the stitch marker back on, and now keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's first 7 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 7. And for your 8th stitch, just go on top of this popcorn stitch. You're going to find your stitch in here. Just on top of this popcorn stitch, just grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet here. And now on this 9 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch, and you're going to have another 9 single crochet. Here it is. And now we are here on this popcorn stitch. So again, go on top of this popcorn stitch, and you're going to find your stitch in here. Grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet. And after that, just remaining 6 single crochets, just have 1 single crochet on top of it, each single crochet. So it's 1. And here it is. After my round number 9, my work looks like this. And now for the round number 10, we are gonna decreasing our work in here. So here I'm gonna take out my this stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch, and we'll have 1 single crochet here. Put your stitch marker back on, and for the next 2 stitches we are going to make our decrease stitch. So for that one, insert your hook into this first stitch and grab your yarn. Go to your next stitch, insert your hook and grab your yarn, and here you're going to have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and spool your yarn through all 3 loops, and this is your decreased single crochet. So this is how we're going to decrease our stitches in here. Again, the next one we're going to have 1 single crochet, and again next 2 stitches we're going to make our decrease stitch. And now keep on repeating this pattern, and by the end of this round number 10, you're going to have your 16 6 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you after my round number 10. And here it is. After my round number 10, my work looks like this. And our body part is done. So this is our body part. And we're going to start working on our head. So for the head, here it is. For your round number 11, take out the stitch marker. And here for this round number 11, we are going to have our stitches front loop only. So just go to your first stitch and take your front loop. So instead of putting your hook like this, just leave it and take your front loop only. So have your front loop and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet here. Put your the stitch marker back on. This is the first stitch of your round number 11, and remember we are start working on head now. So here it is. This is our first single crochet, and into your next single crochet have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. Your stitches will be front loop only. So here have 2 single crochets here, 1 and 2. Into your next stitch, take the front loop and have 1 single crochet. Into your next stitch, take the front loop and have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch, and keep on doing this. So by the end of this round number 11, you're gonna have your 24 single crochets. All single crochets will be front loop only. So just remember to have your stitches front loop only, and I'm gonna meet you after my 24 single crochets after my this round number 11. And here it is. After my round number 11, my work looks like this. And now for the round number 12, we're going to take our normal stitches now, no front loop stitches. So now take out your this stitch marker and insert your hook into this first stitch and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet here. Put your the stitch marker back on, and here we're going to have 1 single crochet on our 1 stitch, first stitch, and into the next stitch, we're going to have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. So here again, insert your hook into this next stitch and have 2 single crochets into that 1 stitch. Remember, we are not taking any front loop stitches. We are taking the normal stitches here. Again, the next stitch, we're going to have 1 single crochet into that 1 stitch. and next single crochet we're going to have 2 single crochets into that one stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, the next one we're going to have 1 single crochet, and again the next one we're going to have 2 single crochets into that one stitch, and keep on repeating this pattern. And by the end of this round, round number 12, we're going to have our 36 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end here. And here it is. After my round number 12, my work looks like this. And now for the round number 13, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So take out the stitch marker, insert your hook into this first stitch, and grab your yarn and have 1 single crochet here. Put the stitch marker back on and go to the next stitch, have 1 single crochet into that one stitch, go to the next one, have 1 single crochet into that one stitch, and now keep on having 1 single crochet into each stitch. And by the end of this round, round number 13, we're gonna have our 36 single crochets, 1 single crochet into each stitch, and I'm gonna meet you after my round number 13. And here it is. After my round number 13, it looks like this. And now for our round number 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18, next 5 rounds, we're gonna repeat our round number 13. So here for our round number 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18 until our round number 18, next 5 rounds, we are gonna have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So simply we're gonna repeat our round number 13 until our round number 18. So just have your first single crochet here. Do not forget to put your stitch marker at the start of every round. So just put your stitch marker on the first stitch of every round and keep on having 1 single crochet on each stitch for your every round until your round number 18. And I'm going to meet you after my round number 18. And my each round will have my 36 single crochets, 1 single crochet into each stitch. And here it is. After my round number 18, it looks like this. And now for the round number 19, we are start going to decreasing our work. So here, this is my last stitch of my round number 18, and I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch and we'll wrap the yarn and we'll make a single crochet here. And now for the first 4 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here it is. We got over this first single crochet, go to a second stitch, have 1 single crochet into a third stitch, have 1 single crochet, and into a fourth stitch, have 1 single crochet. So first 4 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch, and next 2 stitches we're going to make our decrease. So here take the front loop of the next stitch like this and grab a yarn and go to your next stitch and take the front loop and grab the yarn. And here it is. You're going to have your 3 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull your yarn through 3 loops, and this is called an invisible decrease. Again, next 4 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And next 2 stitches we're going to make our invisible decrease. So go to your next stitch, take the front loop, insert your hook, grab a yarn, go to your next stitch, take your front loop, insert your hook, and grab a yarn. You're going to have 3 loops and yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops. And now keep on repeating this pattern. And by the end of this round, round number 19, you're going to have your 30 single crochets, and I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. After my round number 19, it looks like this. And now for our round number 20, just take out the stitch marker, and for the first 3 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So here insert your hook into this first stitch and grab your yarn and make your 1 single crochet. Now put the stitch marker back on, and first 3 stitches have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And next 2 stitches we're going to make our decrease. So here take your this front loop of your next stitch, grab your yarn, go to your next stitch and go to this front loop and grab your yarn. You're going to have 3 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops. Again, next 3 stitches we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1, 2, and 3. And next 2 stitches we're going to make our decrease. So take the front loop of the next stitch and the front loop of this. Again, next stitch you're going to have 3 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through 3 loops. Now keep on repeating this pattern until the end of this round, round number 20. And by the end of this round, you're going to have your 24 single crochets. And I'm going to meet you at the end. And here it is. After my round number 20, I have my 24 single crochets. Now for the round number 21, take out the stitch marker, and we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch for the first 2 stitches. So it's 1 and 2. put your stitch marker back on your first stitch. And for the next 2 stitches, we're going to make our decrease. So take the front loop of the next 2 stitches. It's 1 and 2. You're going to have 3 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through to all 3 loops. And next 2 stitches, we're going to have 1 single crochet into each stitch. So it's 1 and 2. Again, take the next 2 stitches, take the front loop, insert your hook, and grab your yarn from both the stitches. And you're going to have 3 loops and yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops. Now keep on repeating this pattern. And by the end of this round number 21, you're going to have your 18 stitches, and I'm going to meet you after my 18 single crochets. And here it is. I've got my this 18 single crochets of my round number 21. And now just leave your hook and have your soft toy feeling. Just put that one in, fill up your this little bunny. Now when filling this any soft toy, just keep in mind that do not have your work too stuffed, too tight, or even do not have it too loose. Just have your feelings in a moderate way. Okay, so here it is. It is all done. And now for our round number 22, I'm going to take out my this stitch marker and I will insert my hook into my this first stitch and we'll grab the yarn and we'll make 1 single crochet. Here for round number 22, we're going to make ears as well. So just have 1 single crochet into our first stitch, and next 2 stitches we're going to make our decrease. So that's going to be our decrease. So that's our second stitch. Again, that's going to be 1 single crochet on that 1 stitch, and that's going to be our third stitch. The fourth stitch we're going to make our decrease here. Our 5th stitch will be 1 single crochet, and our 6th stitch will be our decrease. So 1 single crochet and 1 decrease, and this is our 6th stitch. Our 7th stitch will be 1 single crochet. So keep on having 1 single crochet and then decrease, 1 single crochet and decrease until your stitch number 7. And here on top of this stitch number 7, I will chain up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. And now yarn over, and I will insert my hook into my this second chain from the hook, and we'll make a double crochet here. We are making ears in here, so just yarn over and go to this third chain from your hook and have one double crochet here. Again, yarn over and go to the second chain, have 1 double crochet here, and yarn over and go to this first chain and have 1 double crochet into that 1 chain as well. So here we're going to have 4 double crochets. So chain 5 and start having a double crochet from your second chain from the hook, and you're going to have your 4 double crochets like this. And now here I will insert my hook into my that same stitch here. This is my 7th stitch. I have made my the 7th stitch in here. I will insert my hook into that same stitch, we'll grab the yarn and we'll make a slip stitch here. And here it is. Our ear is ready. 1 ear is ready. And now for the next stitch, we're going to have our decrease. So just take 2 stitches and have 1 decrease. So this is our stitch number 8 of our round number 22. The next one we're going to have 1 single crochet. So have 1 single crochet, and this is our stitch number 9. Now here again I'm going to chain up 5. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Go to this second chain from your hook and have 1 double crochet here. Into your next chain, have 1 double crochet. Into your next chain, have 1 double crochet, and into your this last chain, have 1 double crochet. So you're going to have 4 double crochets on this chain 5, and this is your next ear. Now again, go to that same stitch, your 9th stitch, insert your hook and make a slip stitch here. And now for the next 2 stitches, we're going to make our decrease. So take the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, and make a decrease, and this is your stitch number 10. Go to your next stitch and have 1 single crochet, and go to this last 2 stitches and take the front loops and make a decrease here, and that's going to be your 12th, your last single crochet. So in total we have our 12 single crochets here plus we have our ears here on this stitch, and it looks like this. Now for the round number 23, round number 23 is going to be our last round, and I'm going to take out my this stitch marker, and here for our round number 23 we're going to make only decrease. So here take the two stitches, first two stitches, and have your decrease. Keep on having decrease here, and by the end you're going to have your 6 stitches here. Again take the next 2 stitches, it's 1 and 2, and have a decrease. Go to the next 2 stitches, that's 1 and 2, and have 1 single crochet here. So here it is, we have our first 3 stitches, and for the 4th stitch, this is your 7th stitch. So just insert your hook into the 7th stitch here and grab your yarn. I'm going to insert my hook into this front loop, and I will pull this ear in the front. So just pull this ear in the front, and here you're going to find these 2 stitches. So just go to this first stitch from the back. So just have your hook from the back and take this next stitch. I know it's going to be a little tricky, but don't worry, you're going to find your stitch in here. Here it is, and now you're going to have your 3 loops. So these are the 3 loops. Here, these are 3 loops. Yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops, and this is your decrease. Now again, go to this next stitch, grab your yarn, and again pull your this next ear in the front and go to this next stitch. Grab your yarn, and here you're going to have 3 loops, yarn over and pull your yarn through all 3 loops. So here we got our this 5th stitch, and for our last stitch just take these 2 stitches and make your decrease here. And here it is, we got our this 6 stitches here like this, and now I'm gonna cut my yarn. So just cut a little longer tail and secure this last stitch, and now have your needle. Take out the stitch marker, we don't need it anymore. And now take every stitch and try and close this circle in here. Now if you think that there are any gaps in here, you can always fill out your gaps by taking these 2 stitches together like this, so it will all cover up. And now close this circle. Just make a little knot here so that our this yarn will be secure, and just put this inside. And here it is, it looks like this. I've made my this loose ends in, and it looks like this. Now for the eyes and nose, I'm just going to use this cotton thread. So I've multiplied this cotton thread by 4 in here. So I've multiplied my cotton thread by 4. But if you don't have a cotton thread, it is just a normal cotton thread. If you don't have this cotton thread, you can always use a black yarn. So it's completely up to you, whichever fabric you want to use. You want to use this cotton thread or you want to use a black yarn, it's completely all right. Just have something in black, and I will just count this rounds from here. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7. So I will go to the 7th round and I will insert my yarn from here, and I will go on this side in here like this, and I will insert my needle like this. So this is again my 7th row. or round. Here it is. Our one eye is ready. Just put your needle into that same spot for one more time and go to somewhere here. Again, just put your needle like this and make your second eye. Here it is. And now insert your needle again to that same spot and take it out in between these two eyes. Here it is. It looks like this, and just gonna make a little knot here. Do not make two knots, just make a little one knot to tie up, and simply we're gonna put this 2 in. And here it is. Our little bunny is ready. And now here, if you want to make this loop for your keychain, just I'm gonna create a loop in here. So for that one, just have your hook and have your yarn, and just leave a little longer tail and make a slip knot here. And now we're gonna chain up about 30. So I'm gonna chain up about 30 in here, 30. If you want a longer loop, obviously you can add up your chains. If you want a shorter one, just cut down your chains. I'm gonna have 30 chains here. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here it is. I've got my 30 chains here, and I will simply cut my yarn. I'm just gonna leave a little longer tail here, and I will secure my this last chain. Here it is. Just have your bunny and insert your hook. Grab your this chains. Here it is. I'm now gonna make a little knot here to secure my chain with my this little bunny, and simply I will insert my this loose ends in, and I'm gonna meet you after that. And here it is. My little bunny is ready with the loop, and it looks like this. And I hope you have liked my today's tutorial. If you have liked, please like, share and comment on my videos, and please subscribe to my channel, and I will see you into the next video. Till then, bye.